Hey guys, welcome back. Today we got something special. We're going to work on the stock tank pool. I'm going to show you how I clean it. It's going to be quick and easy. It takes about 10 minutes. We're going to do it with those two items you see right behind me there. It's a garden hose and the net. That's all it takes. It's super easy. Follow along. Here we go. Let's get started. Okay, as you can see, it's got some stuff floating up on top, and that we're just going to skim off with the net. It's quick and easy. But if I can zoom it in, see down there on the bottom, dirt likes to collect along that seam, and you can see some bigger stuff in there. That's the part that I'm going to show you how to get out quick and easy with just using the garden hose. So let me get the camera set up and we'll get started. Okay, so what I like to do is just start skimming across the top and keep going one direction. And what that does is it will get the water going in a whirlpool, and it'll just bring everything right back to you. So just keep doing it like this across the top, and you don't have to go anywhere. Now this is about 7 days worth of crud in here. I've let it sit so it get good and dirty for 7 days. There's the first one. I'll just dump this out and then we'll do the whole top. Okay, so that was 2 passes across the top, or 2 nets full, however you want to measure it. Got everything off the top. I did stir up the bottom a little bit. See that it's kind of spread out. So I'm gonna let that water keep working, and it'll pull all that back into the middle, and then I'll show you the next step that I do. One other thing while we're waiting on that water to, I started this at 356, and that's video and all. It took me about 4 minutes to skim off the top. You can see now, see how it's starting to work back to the center a little bit. So we'll let that all get into the center, and in the meantime I'll get ready with the garden hose. Okay, so here's the 2 ends of my garden hose, and at this point you can see this is the on position, this is off. Okay, I want it on because I want it to be open. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this end in first, because this is the end I'm going to suck everything up in. I'm going to put this in first, put the hole in, and as I'm putting this in, it's going to go in nice and slow. You'll see in the video. That's going to go in, and then air is going to come out this. Okay, so I'll explain more after we get the whole hose in under the water. Okay, the biggest thing to remember is to go nice and slow so you don't get your hose in your dirt. You don't want to stir up your dirt any more than you have to. And your hose is going to want to float. I kind of work it around the outsides of the pool. What you got to do is get all the air out of it. See, I got a bunch of air right there. Not wanting to come in. After I get this all in there, I'll show you what it looks like. I'm just letting it sink to the bottom. Okay, this is by the way, this is a 50-foot hose, and it's 5/8 inch diameter. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there's air bubbles. I don't know if you just saw the air bubbles. That's the last of the air coming out. Now at this point, I'm going to shut this valve off, okay? Because I've got the hose all full of water now. So there, I just turned it off. Now I'm going to slowly take it out. Oh, I forgot to show you what it looked like when it was in there, so I'm going to put it back. Let's see if the camera picks up these bubbles. There, see the air's coming out again? All right, so I'm gonna shut it back off. I'm gonna dry my hands and I'm gonna show you the hose. Okay, so there it is, just laying. See, I just kind of laid it around. All my dirt's still in the center, okay? Now it's all sunk to the bottom, so I'm pretty confident that most of the air, there's probably a little air like over there, see where it's floating a little bit? That kind of indicates there might be some air in the line. But the main thing is to try to get it out as much air as you can where it's laying nice and flat on the bottom. Now we'll go back and we'll take that in while it's shut off out to a lower location. Okay, so I'm gonna explain this to you because it's gonna go pretty quick. I'm gonna take the hose out, open the valve, I'm gonna take it out, drag it over there, then I'll open the valve and that's gonna start siphoning water out. The key is that this end of the hose has to be lower than the opening of the hose, okay? That's what's gonna pull it out, okay? We'll just reach in there and get it. Get over here. Okay, so now let me show you what's going on. See, I went ahead and took this end off and the water's coming out. So basically we're draining our pool, but we don't lose very much water at all like that. So now what I gotta do is find my end, and it's right here. Okay, I'm gonna try to show you this, if it'll pick it up. Watch what happens here. That water coming out, see it sucking up in the hose? And then I just work my way through all that mess until I get it all out of there. And you'll start to get a clog. I'm kind of doing that on purpose. I want to get them leaves up in there. All right, see how that clog is? Now if it don't pull it through there, you can raise your hose up off the bottom. Just don't raise it any higher than you have to. Because if you get it up out of the water, you're going to get air and you're going to have to start over. Okay, so now I'll just go through. I'll let you see right here. This does really good along this seam, all that dirt. That's the main thing right there, see? That's going to pull that all right up in there, see? And I don't have any power, nothing. This is just gravity. Gravity is my source of energy. It's pulling the water up in the hose and out to the lower location. And as it's pulling the water in, it's sucking in that dirt like a vacuum. Okay? So now I'll just go across that whole pool and get all that little stuff off the bottom, just like that. And then I'll get a couple more clogs, you know, because I got some bigger stuff in there. It's fall now, and the leaves are starting to fall off the trees. So we will clean that off, and then we'll show you the finished result. Okay, there it is. I got it all swept out, and then once I was done pulling everything out with the hose, I took that into the hose and I lifted it up out of the water so that anything in the hose wouldn't come back in. Okay, so I wish I'd have showed you that. Maybe the time lapse caught it if it's slow enough, but if you do get stuff back in, all you gotta do is start over. You're not out much. But that's the product, and it took exactly 20 minutes, and that was me stopping and setting up the camera and filming and showing you everything. Like I said, it takes me about 10 minutes. One thing I'll add is we hardly used any chemicals in this pool this summer. We put them in the first week or so we had it, and then we found that we really didn't even need them. It's something about the chemical makeup of that galvanized, I guess, I'm not sure, but it was nothing like our other pool with the vinyl liner. So we really enjoy it. Give you another look, a little close up. See, that's what you're seeing there, that's not dirt, that's caulking where they've sealed the seam. So this is a piece of metal here, this is a piece of metal, and then it's got a small strip down the center, and that's how they attached all of them. And then to seal that seam, that's what they use, is that caulking. So that's it. Okay, from the stock tank patio redo pool that we showed you earlier, if you haven't watched that video, go up and check it out. I'll put the link in the description so you can just hit that link and watch that. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you got any questions or comments, please post them. If you haven't subscribed to our channel already, please do. We'd love to get to 200 subscribers. We thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.